Hello everyone and welcome to another amazing video. My name is Irene Benibar. If you're a returning subscriber, a big welcome to you, and if you're seeing me for the first time, welcome to you also. So today we'll be looking at areas on which we can build capacity. So I made a video some time ago on the best ways in which we can all build capacity and all of that. Please go check it out if you haven't. But for today's video, we'll be talking about the areas in which you can build capacity. There are so many areas, but we are not looking at skill sets. We are looking at other aspects you might have not put into consideration, but they are quite important in building capacity. So stick with us and let's get started. So the number one point is to build a capacity knowledge base, like build your capacity based on the level of knowledge. That is to buy books, be willing to learn, listen to audios that concern the desired destination in which you want to build your capacity on. And it could be like taking up that habit of getting a book once a month, or you listen to a podcast or something. Just try to be knowledgeable based on your desired area. Okay, I can remember before that I don't get books, I don't buy books, I didn't see the importance of getting books. But when I needed to develop myself, when I needed to grow, I started getting books on the areas I needed to build capacity. Most people think getting books is a waste of money and all of that, but investing in books is one of the greatest investment, because you can always go back to it, listening to podcasts, people who have actually gained the experiences that you actually need. Because the best way to learn is not making the mistakes yourself. You can actually learn from people who have actually made mistakes in that area, and you take it up from there and build your capacity in the best way. Okay, talking about building your capacity knowledge base, you might be wondering, oh, I don't know how to go about it, where will I start from? I just can't get it. Just like the university, every course in the university has its own textbook assigned to it. So likewise, the desired area you want to learn, you want to develop yourself in, they also have books based on that niche, based on that area. Okay, if you're not the type that you don't have that endurance to read and all of that, the best thing you can do is to listen to people. Yes, you can listen to people. Listen to people, listen to them talk. I think there are audiobooks that they can actually read to you. So just look for a way and build that capacity. The second area to build your capacity is in the mind, and the mind is the center of imagination. The mind is so powerful and so critical that if you want to build your capacity, you must first of all work on your mindset. You must work on your mind. How far do I want to go? You must first of all see it, imagine it. Imagine how far you want to be, how much capacity you want to have. And you can only go as far as your mind can see. So here's an exercise, right? Look for a picture of what you want and make it visible, like make it where you can see it. It could be a screensaver or a picture on the wall in your parlor or anywhere, so visible that you can see it every day, and that way you easily imagine more. Or better still, you can affirm what you want. I'm so big on affirmation because affirmation actually changed my way of thinking, and it actually made me believe easily what I actually wanted to see. Just talking about it every day in every possible way, and watch yourself grow. So the third point is build your capacity based on your character. Your character is a very potent weapon that can either work for you or work against you. Many people have been experiencing some certain setbacks based on their characters. You might be wondering, as little as my character, what does my character have to do with building capacity? If you know you have a bad character, you have a bad attitude, work on your attitude. I always talk about attitude. I always talk about character because Attitude is everything. There are some people that have attained height that they weren't qualified for, but because of recommendation and a good name, they tend to go as far as their character leads them. While some other people, they got the fair share of their bad attitude. Nobody wants anybody that will be rude to them. Nobody will refer anyone that's rude to them. So work on your character if you don't have a good character. Talking about character, I'm not only talking about people who are rude and crass and all of that. If you know you have a problem with any area that you really, really, really need to work on, why don't you work on it? So another area in building your capacity is in time management. Time is a very, very crucial part of our lives, and everyone is given the certain amount of time. Everyone is given an equal certain amount of time. But still, some people complain that their time is not enough. They don't have enough time to carry out certain tasks and all of that. But I feel that if you can build your capacity in how to manage your time, like I always say, if you want to be very, very productive in some of my videos based on productivity, if you want to be very, very productive, one of the ways is to assign certain time to certain duties. That way you can achieve more. I can remember recently when I got a new job role, I was finding it so hard in meeting up with the time, and there was a penalty for not getting there at that certain time because any minute past 7:30 is late. So I had to work on myself to wake up earlier, like way earlier than I used to wake up. And trust me, I was beating time, and I was actually, coming early than I expected. And also my colleagues, they were like, wow, so you can actually come this early, because I actually assigned a certain time to each duties, and I actually decided to, since I'm not always making it on time whenever I wake up by this certain time, why don't I wake up way earlier and prepare for the next day ahead? So managing your time is one crucial area in building capacity. So another area of building capacity is finance. Yes, you can build your capacity financially. What do I mean? What do I mean? Be intentional in wealth creation. That is, invest, save, have a retirement plan, work on your circle, think of more ways in which you can, either save up for something, get an asset, not a liability, of course, get an asset, or, create other stream of income that will actually save you a whole lot of financial crisis. So, or better still, financial crisis, or better still, you read a book, attend business seminars, you look for better ways in doing your business. I was actually talking with someone sometime last week, and the person was telling me that, that she's like a contractor, and she works with companies. She actually supplies them with, extinguishers. And one of the new company that she got referred to by a friend that recently got a job at that company, they asked her to send her invoice, and she sent the usual invoice that she normally send. And they're like, no, they almost did not work with her because they felt like she wasn't a professional. So she had to, work on herself, on her business, do a letterhead for the business and all of that. She had to read on, the best way to draft a quotation and present it in a very presentable manner. And that helped her get the job and even got referred to other bigger companies. So what am I saying? You need to work on the way you do things financially. If you haven't thought of the best way to save up for a property you want to get, why don't you think of the best way to save up for a property? If you haven't made any investment, or you don't have any side income, any side gig that gives you extra income, why don't you think about it? It could be a joint venture or something. So just think on how to build yourself financially, okay? Yeah, just improve on it and work on it. The next area in building your capacity is your skills. Yes, you can build your capacity based on your skills, the skills that you're learning or you plan to learn. Just build your capacity on it. Take that skill higher. It could even be a talent. You can sing. What other best way can I sing? Can I improve my voice? What other better notes can I sing? So you can build your capacity based on a skill that you know or a skill that you've learned. Taking for example, farming is a skill, right? And you're wondering, how will I take a farming skill to the next level? I'm not saying you must have a wider plot of land or acres of land. If you can afford that, that is really, really fine. But you can even ask yourself, okay, yes, I have a farm. Why don't I try to learn? Because I know there are classes for that. You register for a class on how to export your farm product abroad, or you look for people you can actually supply that your farm product to that sell abroad, and trust me, you've taken it to the next level. So always think about the next level of that particular skill that you've learned on how to do more. You know, capacity is all about doing more, and watch yourself grow, okay? Because this channel is all about growth. So the next point is you can build your capacity based on association. What do I mean? Surround yourself with people who are interested in your growth, people who are like-minded. Create an accountability system and map out an action plan. What do I mean? Have people that you're accountable to. That's why I talked about your association, the circle of friends, you know, people who pushes you to do more. I talked about that. There was a time I told you before starting on my YouTube channel, it was actually a friend who pushed me to actually start taking physical action on my YouTube channel. So surround yourself with people you can be accountable to, people that take you seriously, and people who are so mindful of your growth. So your association is actually one way you can build your capacity that takes you to the next level and encourages you to do more, okay? Yes, I'm not talking about having rich friends. Having rich friends, wealthy friends is different. But you can have a friend that actually you guys can actually build together and do more together and build capacity. Map out an action plan. What do I mean? Easy steps that you can take. They shouldn't be cumbersome. They shouldn't be something that are unattainable. You can even tell that your close friend about it, that see, if I don't get this video posted by this time of the week, I'm going to give you a certain amount of money because I've faltered. You're actually making that person your accountability partner. And because you know that you don't want to falter, you don't want to give that person 1,000 naira for free, you actually push yourself in doing that which you actually want to do. So we have come to the end of the video. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope this video kind of like opened your mind to areas that you might not have considered on building your capacity on, but you'll be willing to because I've made mention about it and it's important. So please do well to comment any question you have below. Share your experiences on how you must have built your own capacity or how you plan on building your capacity down in the comment section, and trust me, I'll be happy to get back to you because I love to read your comments. I love to take your questions, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.